my name is Lasha, and you've reached the channel High Voltage. Now, I don't usually conduct a lot of readings on lives. I don't dance on lives, exercise on lives, but I have. If you are interested in a variety of topics, if you are interested in deconstructing what survival is and what victimhood is, if you're interested in a Canadian's, and I'm a little prude, my opinion about the Diddy trial and the women involved, etc., etc., and we listen to people talk about how they survive issues and situations and how people are victimized. Now, if you're interested in some serious topics coming up, if you're interested in lightheartedness, if you are interested in caring for animals and caring for people, and if you're interested in justice, I would go to a video I made long ago, and it's called the Origin, Intent, and Goal of this channel. In short, it's a charity. Now, I had a request from somebody who's been on this channel from the inception, and I was asking different people on the channel, like, what do you enjoy about the channel? What brought you here? How did you find it? What made you subscribe? What made you unsubscribe? What do you enjoy? What do you think could be different? Because in my way of viewing things, this is our channel. So to get to the point is, a subscriber said that he really, or she, he or she, likes channels where they learn about history. And I love to read. And I've had this book for so long, and I remember asking, what do you folks want me to read? Like, for those of you that listen. And this particular person said, remember that book that you got about Auschwitz? And I said, yes. He said, that one. So here we go. Survival in Auschwitz, the Nazi Assault on Humanity, written by Primo Levi, and it's translated from the Italian Stuart Wolf, including a conversation with Primo Levi by Philip Roth. This is a touchstone book published by Simon and Schuster. All right? So, of course, there's the contents, and let's just start off with the author's preface. Also, if you don't like to listen to people read live, and I do have to interrupt in order to avoid a copyright, when this is finished, I'll start a playlist, and it will be called Surviving Auschwitz by Primo Levi. And at nighttime, if you have trouble sleeping, the thing that helps me sleep, and this is why I started listening to Cheer Denise, is audiobooks. So they work for me. Cheer Denise definitely helped me fall asleep again, and not because she's boring, but because she's good, and she's a great storyteller. So here we go. This is Primo Levi's preface. And if you can't watch it now, if you enjoy any of this at all, I don't usually say this, but You know, consider subscribing, because when you do, you're paying it forward without paying a cent. Trevor's working on a video of all of the raffles we've done, combined with all of our bloopers, so that should be fun. And you can always listen to this later if you don't have the time today. It was my good fortune to be deported to Auschwitz only in 1944. That is, after the German government had decided, owing to the growing scarcity of labor, to lengthen the average lifespan of the prisoners destined for elimination. It conceded noticeability, improvements in the camp routine, and temporarily suspended killings at the whim of individuals. As an account of atrocities, therefore this book of mine adds nothing to what is already known to readers throughout the world on the disturbing question of the death camps. It has not been written in order to formulate new acquisitions. It should be able, rather, to furnish documentation for a quiet study of certain aspects of the human mind. Many people, many nations can find themselves holding more or less wittingly that every stranger is an enemy. For the most part, this conviction lies deep down like some latent infection. It betrays itself only in random, disconnected acts, and does come about when the unspoken dogma becomes the major premise. Then, at the end of the chain, there is the ledger. Here is the product of a conception of the world carried rigorously to its logical conclusion. So long as the conception subsides, the conclusion remains to threaten us. The story of the death camps should be understood by everyone as a sinister alarm signal. I recognize and ask indulgence for the structural defects of the book. Its origins go back, not indeed in practice, but as an idea, an intention, to the days in the ledger, the need to tell our story to the rest, to make the rest participate in it, had taken on for us, before our liberation and after, the character of an immediate and violent impulse, to the point of competing with our other elementary needs. This book has been written to satisfy this need first and foremost. Therefore, as an interior liberation, hence its fragmentary character, the chapters have been written not in logical succession, but in order of urgency. The work of tightening up is more studied and more recent. It seems to be unnecessary to add that none of the facts are invented. And then there's a poem. You who live safe in your warm houses, you who find return in the evening, hot food and friendly faces, consider this is a man who works in the mud, who does not know peace, who fights for a scrap of bread, who dies because of a yes or a no. Consider if this is a woman without hair and without name, with no more strength to remember, her eyes empty, her womb cold like a frog in winter. Meditate that this came about you. I commend these words to you. Carve them in your hearts, at home, in the street, going to bed, rising. Repeat them to your children, or may your house fall apart. May illness impede you. May your children turn their faces from you. The journey. I was captured by the fascist militia on December the 13th of 1943. I was 24. With little wisdom, no experience, and a tendency encouraged by the life of a segregation forced on me for the previous 4 years by the racial laws to live in an unrealistic world of my own, a world inhabited by civilized phantoms, by sincere male and bloodless female friendships. I cultivated a moderate and abstract sense of rebellion. This is going to be an excellent book. And I am not going to sit here and express what I believe I need to work on in order to be the best YouTube commentator that I can be, and I can read in short little spurts very, very well. And in time, it'll get longer, and it'll get a little longer and a little longer. And you know who you are. Thank you very much for asking me to read this. And I promise on Sophie, I will finish this book. You have my word. Hello, Arjun. Hello, BBQ Balance. Hello. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for sticking around and liking and watching. It means a lot to me. I hope that you enjoy this book. And I'm going to come up every day and read because I want to show you something. This is Lake Ontario, and this is the building in which I live in, and it's absolutely beautiful here in the day. It really, really is. And there's a beautiful room inside to read. There's a beautiful patio up here. You know, we can still work out down in the gym if that's something that people are interested in doing. I just need the go-ahead from people, and I'll make the commitment if people join me. That's the whole thing. Keeping an audience, like keeping attention nowadays, unless you're Joe Rogan or Candace Owens for an hour, or Sean Atwood. He's got an excellent channel, and CEO of a diary. And my favorite, Matthew Steeples. Matthew Steeples. I like him so much. I really would love to collaborate with him, Trevor and I, because we love his trivia. His trivia contests are so good. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and that is a wrap. And tomorrow we have something to unwrap again. Have a great